Pope Francis, born Jorge Mario Bergoglio on December 17, 1936, in Buenos Aires, Argentina, is the 266th and current Pope of the Catholic Church. He is a prominent figure known for his humility, emphasis on social justice, and reformist approach to the papacy. Bergoglio's parents were Italian immigrants. His father, Mario Bergoglio, was a railway worker, and his mother, Regina, was a homemaker. He was the eldest of 5 children. Growing up in the Flores neighborhood of Buenos Aires, Bergoglio attended public schools and obtained a technical diploma as a chemical technician. He worked briefly in the food processing industry before pursuing his calling to the priesthood. At the age of 21, Bergoglio suffered a severe case of pneumonia, which resulted in the partial removal of one of his lungs. This health challenge did not deter him from his religious aspirations. In 1958, Bergoglio entered the Society of Jesus as a novice. He studied humanities in Chile and earned a licentiate in philosophy from the Colegio San in Argentina. From 1964 to 1966, Bergoglio taught literature and psychology at the Colegio de la Inmaculada in Santa Fe. And in 1966, he taught at the Colegio del Salvador in Buenos Aires. Bergoglio continued his theological studies at the Faculty of Theology of San Miguel, earning a degree in theology. He was ordained a priest on December 13, 1969. After his ordination, Bergoglio completed his spiritual formation in Spain and took his final vows as a Jesuit in 1973. He served as the Jesuit Provincial Superior in Argentina. From 1973 to 1979, during the period of Argentina's dirty war, when the country was under a military dictatorship, Bergoglio's actions were sometimes seen as controversial. Some accused him of not doing enough to protect priests who were targeted by the regime, while others defended his efforts to protect people in danger. Pope Francis's election was seen by many as a sign of renewal and reform for the Catholic Church. His papacy has been characterized by a focus on mercy, compassion, and a more inclusive approach. From the beginning of his pontificate, Pope Francis has emphasized the importance of reaching out to those on the margins of society, including the poor, refugees, and prisoners. Pope has also called for greater dialogue and understanding between different religions, meeting with leaders from various faiths and promoting interreligious cooperation. Pope Francis has been a strong advocate for environmental protection, speaking out against climate change and calling for sustainable development in his encyclical Laudato Si. One of the hallmarks of Pope Francis's papacy has been his emphasis on the need for the Church to be more merciful and compassionate, particularly towards those who have been hurt or alienated by the Church. Pope Francis has sought to reform the Roman Curia, the central administrative body of the Catholic Church, in order to make it more efficient, transparent, and accountable. Pope Francis has also addressed the issue of clergy sexual abuse, meeting with victims and implementing measures to prevent future abuse and hold perpetrators accountable. Pope Francis undertaken several international trips, visiting countries around the world to promote peace, reconciliation, and solidarity. Pope Francis's papacy has been marked by a simplification of papal style, opting for simpler vestments and a more informal manner of speaking. Pope Francis used social media extensively to communicate his message to a global audience, engaging with people of all ages and backgrounds. Pope Francis has written several encyclicals, including Lumen Fidei, Laudato Si, and Fratelli Tutti, addressing issues such as faith, the environment, and social fraternity. Laudato Si is considered a landmark document in which the Pope calls for urgent action to address climate change and protect the environment, linking environmental degradation to social injustice. In Fratelli Tutti, Pope Francis emphasizes the importance of human fraternity and social friendship, calling for a more just and peaceful world. Pope Francis's teachings and actions have resonated with many people, both within and outside the Catholic Church, earning him praise for his humility, compassion, and commitment to social justice. However, his papacy has also faced challenges and criticism, particularly from those who oppose his more progressive views on certain issues. Some of the controversial topics during his papacy have included his openness to dialogue with LGBTQ+ individuals, his views on communion for divorced and remarried Catholics, and his approach to economic inequality. Pope Francis has sought to decentralize power in the Catholic Church, giving more authority to local bishops and episcopal conferences. Pope Francis has also emphasized the importance of synodality, a process of listening and dialogue in which all members of the church are encouraged to participate. Pope Francis's emphasis on mercy and inclusion has led to a more welcoming approach towards those who feel marginalized or excluded from the church. His papacy has been marked by a focus on pastoral care, with an emphasis on accompanying people in their struggles and offering them God's love and forgiveness. Pope Francis's teachings and example have inspired countless individuals to live out their faith with greater compassion, humility, and service to others. His emphasis on the importance of personal conversion and ongoing spiritual growth has challenged people to deepen their relationship with God and with their neighbor. Pope Francis's legacy is one of a church that is more open, more inclusive, and more focused on the needs of the world. He has helped to create a church that is more engaged with the challenges of the 21st century. From climate change to economic inequality to the plight of refugees, Pope Francis's papacy has been a time of both continuity and change, as he has built upon the teachings of his predecessors, while also charting a new course for the church. His emphasis on the importance of both tradition and innovation has helped to bridge divides within the church and to appeal to a new generation of Catholics. Pope Francis's influence is likely to continue to be felt for many years to come, as his teachings and example continue to inspire and challenge people around the world. He has shown the world a model of leadership that is rooted in humility, compassion, and a deep love for humanity. Pope Francis's papacy has been a gift to the church and to the world, a time of grace and renewal that has helped to bring hope and healing to countless people. As Pope Francis continues to lead the Catholic Church, his legacy of reform, compassion, and service will undoubtedly continue to shape the course of history. Pope Francis has called for a poor church for the poor, urging the church to prioritize the needs of the most vulnerable and marginalized in society. He has also spoken out against consumerism, materialism, and the throwaway culture, calling for a more sustainable and just economic system. Pope Francis's leadership style is characterized by his spontaneity, his use of simple language, and his ability to connect with people from all walks of life. He often deviates from prepared speeches, speaking from the heart and engaging in direct dialogue with his audience.
8.
Pope Francis's sense of humor and his ability to laugh at himself have endeared him to many people around the world. He is known for his love of soccer, his passion for literature, and his appreciation for music, particularly classical tango. Pope Francis's daily life at the Vatican is relatively simple. He resides in the Domus Sanctae Marthae, a guest house within Vatican City, rather than the traditional papal apartments. He celebrates Mass daily, meets with church leaders and pilgrims, and continues to write and speak on a wide range of issues. Pope Francis's influence extends beyond the Catholic Church, as he is widely respected as a moral voice and a champion of peace and justice. He has played a significant role in international diplomacy, helping to facilitate dialogue and reconciliation between nations. Pope Francis's legacy is still unfolding, but he is likely to be remembered as a transformative figure who reshaped the papacy and the Catholic Church in significant ways. His emphasis on mercy, inclusion, and social justice has had a profound impact on the Church's relationship with the world. Pope Francis's call for a more decentralized, synodal church is likely to continue to shape the way the Catholic Church is governed and operates in the years to come. Advocacy for the poor, the marginalized, or in the environment has inspired many people to work for a more just and sustainable world. Pope Francis's interreligious dialogue efforts have helped to build bridges of understanding and cooperation between different faiths. His willingness to address difficult and controversial issues, such as clergy, sexual abuse, and the role of women in the Church, has demonstrated his commitment to transparency and reform. Pope Francis's papacy has been marked by a renewed emphasis on the core message of the gospel, the love and mercy of God for all people. He has consistently called for the Church to be a field hospital, reaching out to those who are wounded and in need of healing. Pope Francis's impact on the world stage has been significant, as he has used his platform to speak out against injustice, violence, and oppression. He has also been a strong voice for peace, calling for an end to wars and conflicts around the globe. Pope Francis's emphasis on compassion is evident in his outreach to marginalized communities. He has consistently advocated for the rights of refugees and migrants, urging nations to welcome and protect them. His visits to refugee camps and his calls for an end to human trafficking highlight his concern for the vulnerable. His humility is demonstrated in his simple lifestyle and his rejection of many of the symbols of papal power. He chose to live in the Vatican guest house rather than the papal apartments, and he often carries his own luggage. The Pope's commitment to service is seen in his frequent visits to prisons, hospitals, and other places where people are suffering. He often washes the feet of prisoners on Holy Thursday, a gesture that symbolizes Jesus' service to his disciples. Pope Francis' call for personal conversion reflects his belief that true reform begins with a change of heart. He encourages individuals to examine their consciences, repent of their sins, and seek God's forgiveness. His emphasis on spiritual growth is evident in his teachings on prayer, meditation, and the importance of cultivating a relationship with God. He often speaks of the need for a personal encounter with Jesus Christ. The Pope's focus on deepening relationships with others is rooted in his belief that all people are brothers and sisters, created in the image of God. He encourages dialogue, understanding, and reconciliation between individuals, communities, and nations. Pope Francis's vision of a more open church is one that welcomes all people, regardless of their background or circumstances. He has sought to break down barriers and build bridges, fostering a sense of belonging for everyone. His emphasis on inclusivity is particularly evident in his outreach to those who have felt marginalized or excluded from the church, such as divorced and remarried Catholics and members of the LGBTQ community. The Pope's focus on the needs of the world is reflected in his engagement with global issues such as poverty, inequality, and environmental degradation. He sees the Church as having a vital role to play in addressing these challenges. Pope Francis has challenged the Church to move beyond its walls and engage with the world in a spirit of dialogue and collaboration. He believes that the Church should be a source of hope and healing for all people. His engagement with the challenges of the 21st century is evident in his strong advocacy for action on climate change. He has warned of the dire consequences of inaction and has called for a radical transformation of our economic and social systems. Pope Francis has also spoken out against economic inequality, denouncing the concentration of wealth in the hands of a few and calling for a more just distribution of resources. His concern for the plight of refugees is well known. He has repeatedly called on nations to welcome and protect those fleeing violence and persecution, and he has often met with refugees during his travels. Pope Francis sees the papacy as a ministry of service rather than a position of power. He has sought to model this in his own life, living simply and humbly and reaching out to those in need. His approach to leadership is characterized by his emphasis on listening, dialogue, and discernment. He believes that the Church should be a community in which all voices are heard and respected. Pope Francis has sought to balance the Church's tradition with the need for innovation. He recognizes that the Church must remain faithful to its roots while also adapting to the changing needs of the world. His emphasis on the importance of both tradition and innovation has helped to bridge divides within the Church, appealing to both those who are more traditional and those who are more progressive. Pope's ability to connect with people of all ages and backgrounds has made him a global figure. He is admired by many for his warmth, his sense of humor, and his ability to communicate complex ideas in a simple and accessible way. Pope Francis's teachings and example continue to inspire and challenge people around the world, both within and outside the Catholic Church. He has become a moral compass for many, offering guidance and hope in a world that is often marked by uncertainty and division. His influence is likely to continue to be felt for many years to come, as his words and actions resonate with people who are seeking meaning, its purpose, and a deeper connection with God and with others. Pope Francis has shown the world a model of leadership that is rooted in humility, compassion, and a deep love for humanity. He leads by example, demonstrating the values that he preaches. His leadership is characterized by his unwavering commitment to the dignity of every human person, regardless of their background, beliefs, or circumstances. The Pope's deep love for humanity is evident in his outreach to people of all faiths and no faith. He sees the image of God in every person and believes that all are worthy of respect and love. Pope Francis's papacy has been a gift to the Church and to the world, a time of grace and renewal that has helped to bring hope and healing to countless people. He has been a source of light in dark times, offering a message of hope and encouragement. His papacy has been marked by a spirit of joy and optimism, even in the face of great challenges. He believes in the power of God's love to transform lives and to heal the world. Pope Francis's message of hope and healing has resonated with people who are searching for meaning and purpose in their lives. He offers a vision of a world in which peace, justice, and love prevail. As Pope Francis continues to lead the Catholic Church, his legacy of reform, compassion, and service will undoubtedly continue to shape the course of history. He is a figure who will be remembered for his courage, his vision, and his unwavering commitment to the gospel. His influence will extend far beyond his lifetime, inspiring generations to come to live out their faith with greater compassion, humility, and service to others. We invite you to share this story of hope and transformation with others. By spreading Pope Francis's message, we can all contribute to building a more just and loving world. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the life and teachings of Pope Francis. Please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content.